Back in around 2000, 2001, I was driving by myself from visiting my mom in Colorado back to Arizona. I was in a station wagon and had a desk my mom had given me that was my grandfather's. I've always been scared driving at night. This might be because of too many scary movies or because my mom's paranoia rubbed off on me. I was in the army and drove back and forth a lot to visit her. She would get mad at me for sleeping at rest stops or gas stations and would always tell me that eventually something bad is going to happen, that someone is going to kidnap me or even kill me. But I just didn't want to bother with the hassle and expenses of a motel most of the time. I digress. So I'm driving an empty stretch of highway late at night with no other cars around me. This red truck comes up behind me, flashing his lights and honking his horn loud. I was thinking to myself that there was something wrong with my car, or maybe there was something wrong with the desk and the hatchback. Otherwise, why else would he be insisting on me pulling over? So I decided to pull over. I was in my mid-20s at the time and still a bit naive. While I'm getting out of the car, I noticed the car behind me is still flashing his lights and honking his horn. I got about to the middle of my car while going to the back to check what was going on when it hit me. Why is he still honking his horn when I'm already out of my car and pulled over? I found that quite odd. Then I hear the sound of a door open, a person stepping out of the car, and the door shut. I can't explain this feeling to this day, but something just felt wrong. I just felt like I should not be there at that moment. I jumped back in my car as fast as I could and sped off. The next exit was 45 miles away. This truck behind me followed me the entire way. I took the first exit to go to a crowded grocery store with a laundromat next to it. There was an ambulance parked at the laundromat with its light flashing, so I decided to park right next to it, thinking if an ambulance is present, a cop should show up eventually. Shortly after, the same truck with the same guy inside pulls up to the grocery parking lot and parks his truck directly in front of me. I was terrified, frozen. I couldn't bring myself to get out of the car. I waited for quite some time until he suddenly, as if out of nowhere, got up and left. After he left, I decided to wait longer before continuing my drive back to Arizona. I was paranoid and watchful for any red trucks the entire time. Fast forward about 5 or 6 years. I'm sitting in front of the TV and watching an unsolved mysteries type of show when a very interesting story pops up. One about a man on that exact same stretch of highway with a red truck. A man who used to honk his horn and flash his lights until random strangers will pull over so he could kidnap and murder them. I can only thank my gut for telling me something is wrong and making me get out of that situation. I try not to think what would happen otherwise.